All right, UFC 292 is just over 24 hours away. Yesterday, we had the press conference. Aljamain Sterling got booed out of the building. They all love Sugar Sean O'Malley, and I cannot wait for this fight card, and especially because a lot of these fighters, they're promoting this so well. Ian Garry is out there calling Neil Magny a child beater. Well, to be fair, Neil Magny said it himself. Let's have a listen right here.
Put a beating on him. I mean, there's almost like different levels to afterwards that come out. There's the whooping that you give somebody in high school, like, or in grade school, so when he told my mom, and you put the beat him on there. And there's a whooping that you give your son now, like to kind of teach him life a little bit. And being a father, I've become quite accustomed to that kind of whooping now, and that's kind of what I'm looking forward to giving on Saturday. I mean, I know he's out there, he's very cocky, he's feeling himself, everything else like that, but.
In the words of Ian Garry, the whooping. I've come quite accustomed to giving a whooping. I'm not trying to do an impression, but he was blown away, and he's been talking all kinds of shit about Neil Magny, and the tempers are boiling. I'm telling you, because Neil Magny is not impressed. He's not happy. I'm rightly so. I understand why. But to be fair, he did say that. Now, I think maybe he misspoke. I don't think he's up there talking about he's very proud that he beats his child up or beats his children up. No, I don't think that's the point what he's saying. I think he's saying that Ian Garry is going to get disciplined the way that he disciplines his children. But still, he did say it, and it did sound a little weird, but, you know, I'm sure Neil Magny is a very, very good father, you know, and these are strong accusations that Ian Garry are saying, but hey, this is the fight game. All's fair in love and war. And to be fair, Neil Magny said it. And seeing them two face off yesterday at the press conference, I cannot wait for this fight. Another fight that I can't wait for, by the way, is the opening fight on the main card. Marlon Chito Vera going up against Pedro Munoz. Now, if Sugar Sean O'Malley defeats Aljamain Sterling, O'Malley has already said that his first title defense will be against the only person to beat him, and that is Marlon Chito Vera. Well, let me tell you what. Corey Sandhagen has got something to say about this.
Today, and he was really honest about it. And he's just like, the best thing, my life becomes much easier if Sean wins the belt because we have a history and all of that. Is there a particular outcome on Saturday that's better for you? Do you think?
I think just for the division in general. I mean, Cheeto's not going to get a title fight after this, I don't think. Like, that kind of, I mean.
Sean wants that if they both win.
Yeah, that's some, like, weak sauce, man. Ain't that some weak sauce? Like, you want to fight the guy that other people are beating, you know? Like, that's like, I don't know. That kind of bothers me about the way that O'Malley thinks a little bit is this, and it's not even just O'Malley, just kind of the way that sometimes the sport is set up where it's like, take the easiest fight for the least amount of money type stuff. Like, that's gonna ruin some stuff, man. And it's gonna, like, don't you want to, when you win the belt, say that you're the actual best because you fought the best guys? Like, that's.
So there it is. I mean, listen, I feel for Corey Sandhagen. Number one, he's injured. He's got as you couldn't see it there, but he's actually got a plaster on his arm, a pot. I don't know if it's broken. I think he's torn a ligament. So he's going to be out for a little while. Just beat Rob Font, looked incredible. Before that, as we know, beat Marlon Chito Vera. So I can see and I can sense and I can also understand the frustration, right? Because, you know, he already beat Marlon Chito Vera, but he is out. And the only person that Sugar Sean O'Malley has lost to, if he beats Aljamain Sterling, is Chito Vera. So it makes sense from a marketing perspective. It makes sense for Sugar Sean O'Malley because, of course, you want to eradicate those losses. You know, let's remind ourselves. O'Malley feels that that was a fluke because Chito kicked his leg went numb, he fell on the floor, he got elbowed, unconscious. It wasn't a fluke. It was a fair win, okay? Chito Vera beat him fair and square. But listen, O'Malley's got to say what O'Malley's got to say. You know what I mean? And maybe in another fight, if he kicks him in the calf, the leg doesn't go to sleep. But still, that's old news. I do like what Corey Sandhagen says, though, and I do like what he stands for as a true martial artist, because you do want to fight the best guys, and you do want to know that if you're a champion of the world, that you did it the hard way and you beat everyone on the way up. So I respect Corey Sandhagen there. But this is just the fight game, and that's just the way it goes sometimes, you know. Listen, the fights that people want to see, that's what the UFC will put on. And everybody wants to see Marlon Chito Vera versus Sugar Sean O'Malley go again. Certainly if O'Malley pulls off the upset and gets the job done. Right, let's move on. All right, this weekend we got a huge fight going down in Beantown, Boston, Massachusetts, UFC 292. Aljamain Sterling defending the belt for the third time against Sugar Sean O'Malley. This fight's going to be amazing, and I have brought you an amazing offer. I've partnered with DraftKings, and right now, new customers can take advantage of the offer. New customers who sign up to DraftKings using my promo code Bisping, right now just bet $5 on any of this weekend's matches, and you will receive $150 in bonus bets instantly. That's right, new customers will instantly receive $150 in bonus bets when they bet just $5 on any of this weekend's fights. And you can stay in on the action and use your $150 in bonus bets on DraftKings same fight parlays for a shot at an even bigger payout. Combine multiple bets from the same fight, including number of rounds and the method of victory. DraftKings is the only place where you can bet same fight parlays, and if sports betting is not yet available in your state, then don't worry, you can still join in on all the fun with DraftKings Daily Fantasy. DraftKings is offering huge UFC contests this weekend with massive cash prizes up for grabs. So as I say, what are you waiting for? Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. New customers use the promo code Bisping, bet just $5 on any wager and get $150 in bonus bets instantly. That's promo code Bisping only at DraftKings. Chris Weidiman is offended. He is disrespected. He's the master of the prelims. Let's have a listen.
Start from the bottom, now I'm here. And then I went back to the bottom, and now I'm here. Listen, I'm the king of the prelims now. Let's go.
That is weird, right? You're on the prelims. First time in like a long time.
A long time. And it's kind of disrespectful, to be honest. I'm not going to pretend like it's not. Like, to be out for 2 years with a broken injury. I broke my leg on the mats of the UFC on a pay-per-view. First card ever since COVID. First fully packed arena in Jacksonville. Put my body on the line, and then they put me on a prelim. That's a bad idea. you know what? It probably works out for everybody at the end of the day, because it's a little bit of motivation. But all right, mother effers, you disrespect me like that? What do you think, I'm done? What do you think, I'm here to just like see how I feel? And no, I'm here to make a statement.
There are more eyes in the.
I mean, I understand his frustration. He feels disrespected. I mean, the man was a champion. He was an incredible fighter. And yeah, he did hurt himself in the UFC, fighting Uriah Hall. The leg snapped, the bone came out of the leg. It was a very, very gruesome one. But listen, them's the breaks. Pardon the pun. That wasn't supposed to be a joke. Chris Weidiman, if you look at the record, as I say, he was undefeated. Beat Anderson Silva twice, became the champion, defended the belt a number of times. Let's have a look right here. So, go down a little bit more. So, yeah, beat Anderson Silva twice, defended against Lyoto Machida, Vitor Belfort, lost to Luke Rockhold, Yoel Romero, Gegard Mousasi. They were all kind of weird ones, to be honest. Rockhold, he was doing okay in the fight until he threw that stupid spinning back kick, then got taken down and finished. Yoel Romero, again, was doing good, caught with a beautiful flying knee. Gegard Mousasi, he was playing that stupid game, where the hand's down or it's not down, can you knee them in the head? Got caught with a nasty knee there. Had a great performance against Kelvin Gastelum. Sadly, lost by a knockout to Dominic Reyes and Jacare Souza. Beat Omari Akhmedov and snapped his leg against Uriah Hall. Listen, Chris Weidiman's a phenomenal guy, phenomenal fighter, and I understand why he feels disrespected, but this sport, it's a cruel mistress. It's what have you done for me lately? And you're only as good as your last fight. And sadly, his last fight, he snapped his leg in half. He's going to get a lot of eyeballs on him. He's going up against Brad Tavares, a solid fighter, a man that went the distance with Israel Adesanya, gave a good account of himself, good striker, good kickboxer, decent takedown defense as well. But I do believe Chris Weidiman, he's got a point to prove. And being on the prelims, feeling disrespected, it's only going to motivate him even more. I fully expect Chris Weidiman to get back to winning ways. Let's have a look at some of the other fights. Zhang Weili, Amanda Lemos. I firmly believe Zhang Weili's just got more ways to win. The physicality of her, she's very strong. She's got great wrestling. She hits hard. I mean, Amanda Lemos, she's great. She just beat Marina Rodriguez, knocked her out in the third round, but I've got Zhang Weili all day. Ian Machado, Gary Neil Magny. That's a spicy one now. You never know. Ian Gary's got beautiful striking, but Neil Magny might get hold of him, might push him up against the fence, get a hold of him, slow the fight down, take the range away, take the speed away, take him down. If he can do that, I think Neil Magny might win by a submission in the third round or a decision. But more than likely, I think Ian Gary gets the job done there. Damon Blackshear, he's probably going to get the job done against Mario Batista. And Marlon Chito Vera against Pedro Munoz. I've got Chito for the win. And if O'Malley wins, get used to that. And as I apologize to Corey Sandhagen because I love the guy and I'm a big fan. He's going to be fighting for the belt against Sugar Sean O'Malley. What do you think about that, by the way? I just want to give a little spotlight to a couple of the fights down here. Gregory Rodriguez versus Dennis Tululin. That's an incredible fight. Robocop Rodriguez. Love watching that guy fight. But this one right here, Andre Petrosky versus Gerald Meerschaert, that is on the early prelims. Now, Andre Petrosky is an incredible fighter, doing decent things, having a great run so far in the UFC. Let's just have a look. There it is. 9-1 on a 4-fight win streak in the UFC. Beat some decent people along the way. Wellington Turman last time out. And he's going up, as I said, against Gerald Meerschaert. Gerald Meerschaert is so underrated, right? He's been around a long time. He's had like 50-odd professional fights. Let's just have a look here. 35-16, 51 professional fights, 6 knockouts, 27 subs. Lost to Joey Pfeiffer, beat Bruno Silva. You know, he's up and down, But I tell you what, Gerald Meerschaert, do not sleep on that, man. And that's on the early prelims. So make sure you check that one out there. Natalia Silva versus Andrea Lee. That'll be a decent one as well. But anyway, there it is. What do you think about Chris Weidiman feeling disrespected? What do you feel about Corey Sandhagen saying it's weak sauce about Chito getting the title fight? Is Neil Magny beating his kids up at home? Is Ian Gary making much ado about nothing? I did a breakdown on the main event. Listen, Aljamain Sterling, I believe, probably gets the job done against Sugar Sean O'Malley. O'Malley would need to stop the takedowns over 5 rounds, right? He would have to sprawl and brawl. He would have to use underhooks against the fence, use the switching of stances, perpetual circular movement to win this fight, and use his reach and his range, which he might just do. But Aljamain Sterling just out-wrestled Henry Cejudo, right? An Olympic gold medalist in wrestling, Triple C, the king of cringe, whatever you want to call him. The man can fight. The man is one of the best wrestlers we've seen in the UFC. Aljamain beat him at his own game. And it's based upon that fact alone that I think Aljamain is going to out-muscle him, out-wrestle him, probably get the submission around round 3. Anyway, hope you're all well. Let me know what you think about everything I just spoke about. Subscribe and ring the bell. See you soon and enjoy the fights. Take care.